Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going to be having a look at the canvas on the top of the Conqueror UEV 490. What we're doing today is pretty much going to apply to any pop top. And look, this is certainly not something that I've come up with myself. It's something I've seen with other vans. I think you might even find that the new UEV 490s might have it. 440 stuff like that, anything that's got a pop top, because with the new 490s I believe it's a whole pop top, all of it goes up rather than sort of levering at the front. But anybody who owns a 490 knows when you are packing up and you've got to pull the roof down, often your canvas will just pop out, and I find it's these corners here. The back's usually not too bad, but I find it's the front corners that will do it. We'll step out and have a look. There we go, and you can see that little bit of canvas just hanging out under there. Unfortunately, that means that what happens is not only is your rubber seal around the van not sealed, it also means that the canvas gets wet and then it wicks water to the inside under the seal. So you've got a bit of a double issue there. So what I did when I got the 490, I went out and bought 2 lots of just, elastic cord in preparation for just going around and replacing all of these. Now, I will admit, I did think there was more of this stuff on the van than there actually is. This one here is still pretty good and didn't need replacing. So this one's still pretty good. It probably is a little bit of length taken off that just to tighten it up, but as you can see, she still has its elastic there. Picked up a roll of each in anticipation, like I said, for just going around and fixing all of this stuff on the van. What I've actually found out is there's not that much of this in it. This is a 4mm, this is I think a 6mm. Plan was use this to replace all the stuff inside the doors, etc. The 4mm might even be 3mm, I think it's 4. The plan was to take the larger gauge stuff, the 6mm I think it is, and attach it and go around that canvas at the top like I've seen on other vans. So when you pull it down, just have a little bit of tension on it, and then when you pull it down, it's going to pull that canvas in automatically for you, save you having to go around and pull it all in. The plan was somehow to attach this to the roof and then, pull it around the canvas, go around to the other side and attach it to the roof. What I've actually realized in playing around with the van is that I can just slide this around the back of the awning, have it go under the roof, and then pull it around to the front and then tie it in a loop or something at the front, which will be good because then I can just get up and stand on the front of the van, and then I can adjust the tension and all that sort of stuff from the front rather than have to try and get it right, etc. Anyway, we're going to go do it, and so I'll show you what I mean. The stuff you can see that I've got is basically the same diameter as this stuff here, which is, like I said, different diameter to this stuff that you've got here. So I did replace these on both of the doors just to hold these up. I was in the motions, I thought this was all the same stuff, so I was going to replace these. And I may still do it because these don't seem to have a lot of tension in them. I figure if I could just put some elastic cord there, that would probably do a better job, because you can see these just aren't really holding on anymore. Do a better job of that than that. Anyway, and just refresh it, basically. When I get around to that, I'll show you how I do that. Now that I'm considering it, and I don't need that much of this, I'm actually thinking about just using the smaller stuff. I bought the bigger stuff just because I thought that would be better for the outside. Probably have a longer lifespan, although mostly it's going to be in the shade, I suppose. I just don't know whether I need to use the thick stuff or not. I just grabbed my yellow tongue, some Leco tape. Leco tape for you non-Australians is just electrical tape. Just going to wrap a little bit around this. Don't think it's a particularly tight place that we need to go through, so probably doesn't need to be too tight. If I have any issues, I'll tie a knot and we'll make sure it goes through then. Okay, so we're at the back of the van. Obviously this is the top. All I want to do is pass the elastic around in under here, so it'll be, you can see there is a gap. Hopefully you can see this on the camera. There is a gap under there between where the rubber seal goes, so what I want to do is just feed that all the way through to the other side, and then we're just going to pull along here. We'll go under, obviously, the strut, and then just around the front. Literally just tie a knot in the front, and it really should be that simple. I'm certainly hoping it's going to be. So literally all I'm doing is just taking the yellow tongue and you could probably just slide it under from the back, and here it is out this side. Realistically, I've got to just hooked it under here. Made the job probably a little bit more simple, but this is going to make it easier for me to get this down the other side. So in theory, we just need to go around the front, grab that side, pull it around, tie a knot, and it should be that easy. Take this bit under the awning here. It's all trying to knot up here. Backside, but we can sort of take some of that out as we go. I am curious about how I'm going to get this to, I guess, sit up a little bit so it's sitting in the middle here like this. I guess I could probably put a cable tie or something there. I don't know. We'll tension it. I'll run it round, I'll tension it, and then we'll see how we go. Just have to have a look as well, see why we're getting rubs here on our canvas. Anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, this is what the roof of your 490 looks like. I am also going to go around and just do a reseal of all this silicone here, just from a maintenance perspective, because there are joins. You can see that main section join there and around the outside, just to make sure we don't get any leaks in the van itself through the roof. Everything seems to be holding up pretty well though. Now the other thing to keep in mind, if you're looking at a 490 and you're not real good at climbing, probably not the van for you, because for setting up the van you need to be climbing up this stuff fairly regularly. You're often going to find yourself climbing up on top of the van, just opening awnings, changing things, and that's probably going to be, look, I don't know, I haven't done this before, so I don't know, but again, just trying to figure out how much tension I'm going to need on this for it to be effective on the sides. What I definitely need to do is cut enough so it's not going to take off on me and run around the sides, and we can play with the tension in just a minute. So let me go grab the scissors, and then we'll, hopefully you can see me, and then we'll cut this and we'll mess about with the tension, I guess. I'm just going to tie sort of a rough loop in these, so I can hopefully undo it if I need to, so I can adjust the tension. It's just a rough knot, as you can see there. I anticipate that I will have to tidy that up, because you don't want these things hanging down and obstructing obviously the seal from the roof. And I have noticed that I've got quite the break in the seal there, so I'll have to do that. Now that's another job that we'll go through later on. I plan on going around and just buying all the new rubbers. It's obviously different profiles for different sections, and we'll replace all those, definitely that roof one and the ones around the doors. So upcoming video, we'll get around to that when we get around to that. Let's just see if this works or not. I'm going to try and get you up the top so you can see if it works or not. I think that actually worked. You beauty, have a go at that. It's in. It's in, baby, it's in. Front as well is good. Front looks good. Okay, so we're back inside. Now the reason I know that worked, and I'll show you, is that we push this back up. If I unzip this side, you can actually see the elastic here. We'll do this side for shits and giggles too. So it looks like we've got the tension pretty well right off the bat, I think. So you can see there is a little bit of tension here on the corners when it's in its full upright position. You can see it there. It's not terrible. It's not pulling in the sides, however you can see the silhouette. This side is okay. I mean, I could probably go a little bit more tension, I don't know, but I'll show you this side and you'll see the elastic. I think I gotta get that roof going. You can see it pulling in here in the corner. Hopefully you can see that. It's pulling in here. This is already laying inside from where it's pulled in there. This side is pulling in here as well. And if you watch, you can see, oh, we've got a little bit hanging out there. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to pull it down and just see what happens. Let's go outside and have a look. Oh, we've got a little bit of canvas here where we just spotted it. Okay, you hang tight. I'm going to pop back out the front and put a little bit more tension on it. We'll be back. So I've put quite a bit more tension on it, but let's just see. Let's pull this down and you can watch that corner. I think you can see that corner. It's here that we had the issue. I can feel already there's tension on there now. Maybe I'm wondering if it needs to go up because it's this section here that's hanging out. Let me go and just move it up a little bit. Try that. I mean, yeah, it's trial and error really, isn't it? So I've just moved it up. Yeah, I think that might have it. Where are we? No canvas, no canvas, no canvas, no canvas. I'm probably going to run it like this as is, but if I find that this is slipping down, what I'm going to do is go to where the struts are, because in this position you can see that elastic is just below the the outer part of that strut. Now if I was just to raise that up like another inch and cable tie it to that strut at the top there, I think that would keep it in this upper position. But you can see roughly where that elastic is running compared to that window. So I'm quite surprised by the amount of tension that I've had to put on that. I'm going to go and tie a good knot in it, cut off the excess, and we'll leave that as is. That's really all I wanted to show you. If you're new to the 490s and you're wondering how to pull down your roof, I guess I can give you a little bit of a tip. Hopefully you can see me here. Forgoing the fact that we just put the elastic around the outside, make sure you got your internal windows all zipped up. The best tip I can give you, obviously you've got this mechanism here, which is the strap to pull down the roof and hold the roof down. It also holds your bedding back. So get all your bedding packed up, whatever you're going to do, so you're ready to pull down the roof. Have this strapped up, put your strap in there and then pull it the tension, so you've got some sort of tension on it. And then grab just above it, and this is how you're going to pull it down. Pull it down maybe a half of the way before it actually wants to drop into position. So if it drops into position, just pop it up a little bit, grab your strap and put some tension on it. So that's just going to stop it going back into its upright position. And then what that does, all your canvas, you see mine's all coming in nicely now because we've got that elastic on it. But then what you do is go around, you get all your canvas and you start, pulling it all in. Just go and grab it from the front, grab it from the back. Just push all this stuff up in your corners and get it behind this mechanism. Of course, this mechanism needs to come down and engage with this. Now, if you've got all your canvas in the corner, that is going to sandwich your canvas and damage your canvas. So, same on both sides. So just, go around. And I am finding this a little bit more interesting because we've got that elastic there. Just push it up behind there, pull it down a little bit more, and make sure all your canvas is staying up behind these guys. So you're not sandwiching all your canvas and sandwiching it between the metal bits. Same for this side. This one's kind of hard to do it with one hand, and you're good to go. But yeah, just bring it part way down. Pull your strap down to hold the roof at that level. Bring all your canvas in, and then drop it the rest of the way. Push your canvas out in those corners, and then just tighten her up for travel, but then you're going to have those locking mechanisms on anyway. Righto, let's climb up one more time and just check it on both sides. And this is a good point to check all your canvas from, is up here, despite the fact that you're climbing up on top of your van all the time. So we can see that side, we've got no canvas sticking out. We don't have any canvas obviously at the front, otherwise that would be sitting proud. And then this side is good, no canvas along there either. So we're going to give that a thumbs up and say, look, for a few bucks worth of elastic, I don't know what sort of length I used, maybe 4 meters, maybe something like that, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, but I bought a roll, 10 meters or whatever it was, for about 10 bucks at Bunnings. Put a link down in the description up there on whatever it was. And probably 10 minutes of your time. I think that's a valuable mod and well worth doing. So if you've got any questions, let me know. I don't think there's going to be any. We'll talk again in the near future once we start throwing up some solar panels and getting some proper wiring done on this caravan. I'm looking forward to it. Right, that's it. Thanks very much for stopping by. For anybody that's new to the channel, welcome. Hopefully more 490 stuff coming up. For people who've been sticking around, I don't know whether I should apologise for the 490 stuff. There's going to be a bit of that coming up. Yeah, lots of reviews. The Pajero still in the shop, should have that back next week. New motor in it. And we'll get out and do some camping. Thanks very much for stopping by. Get the hell out of here, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.